So how's everybody doing? It's PR and I'm back with another video. This is kind of another breakdown. This video is going to be exposing the Twitter account QBDataMine. I think the statistics are very important. However, they're not the end-all be-all. I think it's very important that when people see a statistic, they're able to put it in a specific context, right? And people don't usually do that. Right? When it comes to drop passes, for instance, and interceptable passes, right? First down, quarterback throws a bad pass and it's almost intercepted. First and goal. Second and goal, quarterback throws it to the receiver and he blatantly drops it. On 3rd and 10, 3rd and goal, he throws a pass into the end zone. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Well, at that point, the almost interception and the dropped pass, they don't count. They don't mean anything. They're meaningless stats at that point. QBR is an example of a meaningless stat. Right? Shoulda, coulda, woulda stats. That doesn't matter. If we're going back and we're looking at what should have been, well, what if Rick Meyer played for Bill Walsh and the 49ers instead of the 93 Seahawks? Would he have been a Super Bowl champion too? It's like we don't play what if football, okay? Which is why I think that these shoulda, coulda, woulda things, it's just blatantly BS. I know this account is operated by former ESPN employee Cyan Fahey, which makes me look at this and just say to myself, this is a dude that's basically on one of Carson's best days said that he was an average quarterback who played for an amazing team and played for an amazing offense. Despite not having a 1,000-yard running back, didn't have a 1,000-yard wide receiver. Okay, that really is what it is. I mean, you can speak opinions, but when I see dumb takes that you make, it kind of makes me think, wow, I mean, why are you even employed by ESPN? He also used to block everybody, so you can just understand how much of a narcissist and how he's unable to accept criticism and unable to say that his poop don't smell. So I'm going to be looking at two quarterbacks. I'm not going to be comparing two quarterbacks. I'm going to be looking at footage from Carson Wentz and I'm going to be looking at footage from Dak Prescott. Now, from what I can see right here, we're looking at the fact that Carson Wentz is the luckiest quarterback in the NFL in terms of interceptions and what should have been interceptions. There were 26 interception opportunities, and he had 7 interceptions. So just by looking at this, I'm guessing that I'm going to see 19 examples of Carson Wentz should have thrown an interception. Should have been an interception. Now, what I think should have been an interception are balls that were catchable and balls that a defender should have caught. Okay, so I'm guessing that all of these are balls that a defender had in their hand that they should have caught but didn't. Okay, so let's enlarge this screen and let's look at all of these. Okay, this is in the Lions game. I'm going to give it to him on this one. I do believe that the defender here should have caught it. However, you can clearly see that it kind of ricochets off the ground. So actually, no, I'm not going to give you that one because there's almost no way you're going to catch that ball. That's a spectacular catch in any way, shape, or form. So I'm not going to give you that one. So that's 0. Okay, next one against the Minnesota Vikings. Carson Wentz rolls out of the pocket. It's tipped, and these two guys, Kendricks and I don't know who the other guy is going for it. Doesn't catch it. To me, that's not a should have been interception because it went right through his hand. He wouldn't have been able to catch that. Next one against the Falcons, Carson Wentz makes a throw that bounced off his hand. That shouldn't have been an interception. He wasn't even in a place to catch the ball. So that's 3. This one against the Patriots, Carson Wentz throws the ball. That wouldn't have been an interception anyway because based on the velocity, so that's 0 and 4. 0 and 4 interceptions. Opportunities. Carson Wentz is playing the Giants. I don't even think the defender even had his hands on the ball here. You're calling this should have been an interception? I don't even think he touched this ball. So that's, 0 and 5 or 0 and 4? This, in my opinion, should have been an interception. Yeah, it went right through his hands. That should have been an interception. Next one. Again, I think that should have been caught. The difference between this one and the other one was the fact that this receiver is in a better chance to catch the ball. So that's 2. Next one against the Cowboys. I honestly think that should have been intercepted by Sean Lee. So that's 5 and 4. I believe that for this one, I believe that based on this angle, I honestly believe that number 37 shouldn't have intercepted this ball. Just because Ertz with a pass breakup. So that's 3. This one, that's debatable. This one, I believe, I think it should have been intercepted. Yeah, he had his hands on the ball. That should have been intercepted. That was a great play by Nelson Aguilar. This play, yeah, that should have been intercepted too. That was right in his hands. Sorry, my dog's drinking water. Carson Wentz throwing deep. This should have been intercepted, but it wasn't. So again, you look at the number, right? I would say half of those passes should have been intercepted. Half of them. Okay? Half of them shouldn't have. And we didn't even get to see all of them. I think that was like 12 or 13. There's 6 other opportunities they just didn't post here. The video is 1 minute and 30 seconds. 1 minute and 30 seconds. You couldn't have shown the rest. I think the total limit on Twitter is, 2 minutes and 30 seconds? So that right there, I look at that and it takes everything you've said and, makes it completely unbelievable. So we're going to move over to Dak Prescott. Had 16 interceptions dropped. Now, I don't know what the difference is between should have been intercepted and dropped interceptions. I believe they're honestly the same thing. We're going to look through these. This is against Miami. That's just a pass breakup. I don't even think he ever had his hands around the ball. Going deep. Yeah, what? He didn't even have his hands around the ball. Dak Prescott throws it over the. I'll call that a missed interception, I guess. Against the Saints, that's a pass breakup. Against the Jets, he didn't even have his hands around the ball. Dak Prescott, again, didn't have his hands around the ball. Didn't have his hands around the ball. I think this is another one. Didn't even have his hands around the ball. Didn't have his hands around the ball. Okay, we're starting all over again. So, you catch my drift. I think you can look at that and say, okay, one situation in which it should have been intercepted or a dropped interception. Otherwise, because a drop is when you have your hands around the ball, is when you actually have a chance to catch the ball. Most of those situations don't even put that into consideration. So I watched these 2 compilations by this account. What? How can you say in that situation, again, there were 13 situations for Dak, there were 12 situations for Wentz. You didn't even post all the situations. If these were the good situations in which you claim this happened, I'd hate to see the other ones that you didn't post. I've also learned that you have to pay a certain amount of money to see the rest of these things. So that in my mind is just, this is a scam. Okay? Any other thing that this account posts, it's just a scam. It's just a scam. And that's all I'm going to say on that situation. Cyan Fahey, QBDataMine. Sure, this person might look at a lot of film, but when you can scratch so many holes into these two cases, there's an issue. If you guys have any questions, comment in the comment section. Again, I'm going to be objective. I might hate the Dallas Cowboys, but I'm not going to stand here and, be nice to Wentz and not be nice to Dak because I hate the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, I speak the truth. And obviously this page, QBDataMine, they don't speak the truth. I don't know where they get their statistics from. I have no idea. But just by looking at this, just by looking at these examples, I'm not impressed. That's all I have to say. I'm out. Peace.